Impeachment is officially back on the table. And no, this is not a symbolic protest. This is not a vote meant to quietly die in committee. Something big just happened. 140 members of Congress went on the record supporting impeachment of Donald Trump. Let that number sink in. That's nearly 1/3 of the entire House of Representatives saying, yes, the sitting president should be put on trial. And now, as the 2026 campaign season begins to heat up, the United States Senate is facing something it desperately does not want to deal with. Another impeachment fight. Here's the part mainstream media isn't fully explaining. Yes, they're reporting the vote count. Yes, they're saying leadership managed to block the resolution. But they are not explaining why 140 lawmakers broke ranks anyway. Why this number is far higher than previous attempts. And why the momentum is now moving in only one direction. That's what actually matters. On December 11th, this wasn't quiet. It wasn't procedural theater. It was loud. It was public. And it was deliberate. Texas Congressman Al Green forced a vote using a procedural move that left House leadership with no way to bury the issue. Every single member had to go on the record. As the clerk called the roll. Name after name. Vote after vote. Leadership scrambled. Democratic leaders even joined Republicans to table the resolution. And yes, technically, it worked. The resolution was blocked. But here's what cannot be ignored. 140 members still voted to move impeachment forward. They defied leadership. They broke ranks. They said impeachment should happen now. Not later. Not after the election. Now. And this is what makes this moment different. This wasn't just progressive lawmakers making noise. This wasn't symbolic outrage. Moderates voted for it. Members from swing districts voted for it. Lawmakers who usually avoid controversy took the risk anyway. That tells you something critical. The pressure inside the Democratic caucus has shifted. Al Green is at the center of this, and he's not backing down. After the vote, he delivered a floor speech that stunned the chamber. He accused Donald Trump of normalizing political violence. Not hinting at it. Not flirting with it. Normalizing it. Green said Trump has created an environment where threatening lawmakers, where implying harm against members of Congress, is becoming acceptable. Then he escalated. He announced what he called a countdown to impeachment, and promised to file more articles before the Christmas break. His message was blunt. Congress cannot allow a president to make violence against lawmakers feel justified. This wasn't sudden. This is Green's third impeachment effort. His first focused on abuse of power. It went nowhere. His second focused on foreign policy and war powers. Again, no traction. But something changed. Trump's rhetoric escalated, dramatically. He talked openly about jailing political opponents. He labeled critics as traitors. The language turned darker. And this didn't happen in a vacuum. Capitol Police documented a surge in credible threats against lawmakers. Not angry emails. Real threats. Offices evacuated. Security increased. Families warned. And again. These threats followed Trump's speeches and posts. That's when Green shifted strategy. Political violence became the center of the impeachment case. Experts call it stochastic terrorism. A leader doesn't have to order violence directly. They just have to make it feel justified. Call opponents traitors. Imply punishment is deserved. Supporters fill in the rest. We've seen what that leads to. January 6 proved it. Now the Senate is trapped. If the House passes articles of impeachment, the Constitution is clear. The Senate must act. They can't ignore it. They can't delay forever. A real trial freezes Trump's agenda and dominates headlines. A rushed acquittal looks like a cover-up. There is no safe option. Every Republican senator would be forced to vote on the record. Every fracture inside the party exposed. With 2026 approaching. That's a nightmare. This isn't just about Donald Trump. It's about whether Congress still functions as a real check on presidential power. Impeachment was designed as an emergency brake, not a symbolic gesture. Al Green is forcing lawmakers to answer a simple question. If Congress refuses to act now, what happens next time? Because once authority is surrendered, it doesn't come back easily. One more incident. One more escalation. One more credible threat. That could tip the balance. And once the House moves, everything changes.